Hello friends, I'm Dr. Rekha Adhikari. Welcome to my channel. The 5 days celebration of lights, Diwali has started. Here I am to wish you a very happy and prosperous Diwali. May each Deepak we light enlightens our souls. Well, this enlightenment of soul happens when we understand the spirit of Diwali. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the spirit of Diwali. We celebrate Diwali for 5 days. Right now, today, when I'm recording this video, it's the second night of Diwali, Narak Chaturdashi, Kali Chaudas. By the time I upload the video, probably it would be the third day. It doesn't matter when you come across this video. It's for the understanding of spirit of Diwali during these 5 days and aligning our vibration with those energy. Yeah. Each day we perform certain rituals, and behind those rituals there are several mythological stories. The spirit of any festival lies in these stories. Every festival has a spirit, irrespective of religion. And in every religion, we have mythological stories. Bible is full of stories. Quran is full of stories. And these stories, they hold the spirit of the festivals. Long back, I had attended a spiritual retreat called Vipassana. You must have heard about it, and many of you, maybe you have also attended it, so you know. During those 10 days retreat, we used to listen to the discourse of Goenka ji, and Goenka ji calls these mythological stories symbolic literature. So the spirit of any festival lies in these stories in a symbolic manner. And now let us try and understand the symbolism of different stories attached to Diwali. Yeah. So Diwali starts on Dhanteras, that is day 1. There are different beliefs that on this day, when we buy this or we purchase that, we become prosperous. But basically there are 2 stories. One is about the churning of the ocean, and another is about Lord Vishnu's Dhanvantari avatar. Now, I'm not getting into the detail of these stories because last year I had created a video on Dhanteras, and that is there in the channel. You can watch it. But on this day, the stories indicate towards introspection. We need to dive within and churn our mind. So the first day starts with introspection. Now coming to the second day, this day is known as Kali Chaudas. It's also called Bhut Chaturdashi, Narak Chaturdashi, and Roop Chaturdashi. This night is very powerful. I feel the most powerful night of all these 5 days is the Kali Chaudas or Narak Chaturdashi night. Now, why it is called Kali Chaturdashi? Because it's one of the darkest night of the lunar cycle. And Ma Kali or Goddess Kali is the deity who brings us out of darkness. So on this night, we pray to Ma Kali to help us navigate the inner and darkness around us. So fight with the inner and outer darkness. We need Ma Kali's support. This is called Bhut Chaturdasi because it is also believed that on this night, our ancestors come to the earth plane to bless us. On this night, we also remember and pray to our ancestors. We offer our gratitude to our ancestors. And this is called Narak Chaturdasi. And there's a story behind this. This is also called Roop Chaturdasi. Now let us understand Narak Chaturdashi. This story is behind Narak Chaturdashi. There was a demon called Narkasur. He abducted 16,100 women, the gopis, and was torturing them. Lord Krishna, with one of his consorts, Satyabhama, rides the Garud, goes and fights with Narkasur and slays him. Thereafter, he releases the 16,100 women, the gopis, and to restore their dignity, Lord Krishna gets married to all of them. That is how Lord Krishna has got 16,108 wives. Because already he had 8 wives and then he gets married to these 16,100 gopis. Does that sound weird? Probably. But if we understand the symbolic meaning of these things, well, I'm not getting into the mythological details of the stories. I just shared that part of the story which holds the symbolism. Yeah? And that is just to save time. I don't want to make this video very long. Well, Lord Krishna rides the Garud along with Satyabhama, fights with Narkasur, slays him, releases the gopis, and gets married to them. What does this mean symbolically? Well, before I proceed, let me tell you, I'm not a spiritual master or a scholar of literature or philosophy. I'm just a soul searcher. And all that I'm sharing in this video, you take it as my loud thinking. I'm just like, if we are co-travelers in this spiritual journey, I'm just sharing my notes. Yeah. So, to me, Narkasur symbolically represents the shadow side of the masculine energy. We are all a combination of different masculine and feminine traits. And the masculine energy has a shadow side, the feminine energy has a shadow side. The shadow aspect of masculine energy has a tendency of becoming out of proportion, aggressive, dominant, and that is what is depicted in the form of Narkasur. And the shadow side of feminine energy is, it is fragile, it has a tendency of getting fragmented. So all those gopis are actually the fragmented parts of the feminine energy. Krishna and Satyabhama, they are the pure potentials, the divine masculine and the divine feminine, yin and yang. So, yin and yang, the divine masculine and the divine feminine come together and fight with the shadow aspect of their own selves. If Krishna had the fighting ability, all the strength, it is Satyabhama who helps him to figure out when and how to kill the demon. And that is how the inner masculine and feminine traits should operate. The symbolic meaning says that. Now, what is this Garud about? Garud is that force which helps us lifting ourselves away from the matter and having a vintage view. And when we take that vintage view, we know how to deal with any situation. That is the symbolic meaning I get out of this story. And now, Krishna getting married to 16,100 gopis. Actually, as I told you, they are not 16,100 gopis. They are the fragmented parts of the feminine energy. By getting married to these 16,100 gopis, Krishna is actually gathering them and helping the feminine energy to reintegrate itself. So, Krishna never got married to so many women. They are different aspects of the divine feminine. Now, on this day, we also light a diya for Yamraj. Yamraj is the Lord of Death. This is another story. And why we light this diya? The story goes like this. Once Yamraj, the Lord of Death, asked his messengers, Yamduts, do you ever feel remorse or disturbed while calling back a soul? So the messengers, they said, yes, sir, it happened. And they said, there was one prince who was born with a forecast of a very short lifespan. The parents, the king of the prince, tried their level best. I'm giving you the gist of the story. The parents of the prince tried their level best to protect and make the life of the prince better with a hope that he would survive. But it didn't happen like that. After a very short period of his marriage, the prince crossed over. And looking at the remorse and sadness of the family, the messenger of Yamaraj were taken aback and they were very disturbed. So they requested Yamaraj, is there a way of preventing these untimely death? Yamaraj says, yes, on Narak Chaturdasi, if somebody prays me and my associates and lights a diya in the southern direction, such miseries can be avoided. Now, do you think by lighting such a diya, we will become immortal? No. The untimely death would be prevented or avoided. Now, what is an untimely death? And do we really need a long life or a fulfilled life? Here again, it reminds me when I was doing my yoga teachers training and we were introduced to pranayam, our instructor told us that we are born not with so many years to live, but with certain amount of breath. So if we have control over our breath, then we can control our lives. So it's not important to add years to our lives, rather to be focused on the life's purpose, and we must fulfill all our soul's purpose, life's purpose before we cross over. Probably that is a fulfilled life. And we will get the insights to lead such a life by praying to Yamraj, the Lord of Death. And praying to Yamraj and his associates means getting aligned with the process of crossing over. And when we get aligned with that, we get the insights to fulfill our worldly duties properly, so that when we cross over, we will not have regrets. That is how I understand this story. So these are the stories behind Narak Chaturdasi, and now why it is called Roop Chaturdasi. We all clean our house before Diwali, we decorate our house, and we ourselves also get decked up, isn't it? We wear new clothes, jewelry, and various such things. So this night, the Kali Chaudas night or Roop Chaturdasi night or Narak Chaturdasi, this night is the preparatory night. We give the finishing touch to all our preparation for receiving Ma Lakshmi. After winning over the shadow aspect of divine masculine and feminine, we are ready to prosper, and Goddess Lakshmi comes on the third day to bless us as prosperity and with abundance. So this evening, there is a ritual of having a purifying beauty bath. Now, in the Shastras, you will find to use different herbs while bathing. But the main thing is, it is how we cleanse our energy. So symbolically, you can have a bath in the evening, no matter what shampoo or body wash or pack you're using. Mindfully, you should have a bath and cleanse each and every aspect yourself, right from your body to your mind and your spirit, so that you your inner light shines. That is how this night is called Roop Chaturdashi, and we take the purifying beauty bath and prepare ourselves to receive Goddess Lakshmi on the Diwali day. Finally, the third day, that is Deepavali. On this day, it is believed that the victory over Narkasur is celebrated along with Goddess Lakshmi. And we also, and the gestures that we show on these days, we give gifts to our friends and relatives. That is how we convey gratitude to Goddess Lakshmi, because having loved ones around us is also a part of abundance. Abundance doesn't mean only wealth. Our loved ones are also our wealth. So we convey our gratitude to them for their presence by giving them presents. And we light diyas. So these deepaks, they convey that we are evading darkness from within and around us. So this Diwali, when you are lighting a diya, be mindful, speak to the flame, pray to Goddess Lakshmi for your own self, for your family, your friends, your neighbors, your city, your state, your country, and the entire globe. We need it. The world needs it. Yeah? Then on the fourth day, we perform Govardhan Puja. Why? The story of Govardhan Puja is about the villages of Vrindavan were in tremendous distress when there was a torrential rain, and they took refuge with Lord Krishna, and Lord Krishna lifted the Govardhan Parvat, the hill, on the tip of his little finger and created a roof for the villagers along with their kettles. So this story actually draws our attention to two things. Number one, why this torrential rain happened. Because the Lord of Rains, Indra Dev, was angry. This anger of Indradev is nothing but nature's fury. So we must understand that we should not take nature for granted. And the second aspect is Lord Krishna coming and helping the villagers, providing the villagers shelter, is that no matter whatever we do, when sincerely we take refuge, when sincerely we surrender, the Lord helps us. So the divine help is always there for our calling. We need to surrender, and this also indicates the power of surrender. And when we surrender, it hardly takes any effort for the divine to support us, to help us. Our problems might be a parvat for us, might be a hill or mountain for us, but the Lord can lift it with His with the tip of his little finger. That's the divine power. So we realize the divine power, we understand the feeling, the attitude of sincere surrender, and we also realize that we should not take nature for granted. Then we have to face nature's fury. And I think we are seeing that all around us, isn't it? The floods, the earthquakes. So, this is the night when we must surrender to the divine, ask the divine to show us way, and we must take a vow not to meddle with nature. Yeah? Then the final day, fifth day, is Bhai Dooj. On this day, Lord Krishna visits his sister Subhadra after winning over Narkasur. So by that time, the sister Subhadra has already heard about the victorious deed of his brother. So she receives her brother with the proud sister receives the brother and marks a tilak on his forehead. So this is the day when all sisters rejoice the victory or the achievements of their brother and pray and wish for victory and achievements for their brothers by marking a tilak on the brother's forehead. And that is how we conclude the 5-day celebration of Diwali. And if you notice, it is all about winning over the dark forces. The victory of good over evil, light over darkness, and that is how we evolve. So once again, I wish all our darknesses, all our evil forces should be slain and replaced with love, peace, and harmony within and around us. May this Diwali light up new dreams and all our dreams come true. With that, I would leave you with lots and lots of love and light. Thank you so much for being with me